At his peak, Pablo Escobar was making $420 million a week. That's not a typo, a week. And yet, when it was all over, most of the money had simply vanished. So where the hell did $30 billion go? Welcome to Vantage. Let's set the scene. 1980s. Colombia. Pablo Escobar, short guy, big mustache, bigger ego, builds the most profitable criminal operation in human history. The Medellin cartel at its height controlled 80% of the world's cocaine supply. 80%. To put that into perspective, this one man had more market dominance than Apple has in the premium smartphone market. Except instead of iPhones, he was shipping nose candy to every city in America. He was pulling in so much cash that his accountant said they spent $2,500 a month just on rubber bands to hold the bills together. The rats ate roughly $1 billion in stored notes because they literally couldn't spend it fast enough. Rats ate $1 billion. Let that sink in. He built his own prison, called La Catedral, when the government finally pressured him to turn himself in. The man negotiated his own jail, furnished it with a bar, jacuzzi, football pitch, and a nightclub. Colombians called it Club Medellin. Not even joking. But empires don't last forever, and Pablo had a gift for making enemies, rivals, governments, the DEA, his own damn neighbors. By the early 90s, the walls were closing in. He escaped La Catedral in '92 when the government tried to move him to a real prison, because of course he escaped his own fake prison. Classic Pablo. Then began one of the most expensive manhunts in history. The Colombian government, the CIA, the DEA, a vigilante group called Los Pepes, and basically anyone with a grudge and a rifle were all hunting for one chubby guy hiding in the suburbs of Medellin. On December 2nd, 1993, one day after his 44th birthday, they found him. He was shot on a rooftop in a middle-class neighborhood, barefoot, trying to escape over the tiles. The most feared man in the world died in his socks, barefoot, on a roof in Medellin. The entire empire, billions of dollars, thousands of workers, global distribution networks, collapsed almost immediately, but the money had its own story. Escobar is estimated to have accumulated anywhere between $25 and $30 billion at his peak. That's roughly $60 billion in today's money. So where is it? He buried it. Literally. Escobar stashed cash in walls, underground bunkers, farms, and random fields across Colombia. His family has confirmed they found hidden stashes decades later. A $600 million stash was reportedly found buried in a field in 2019. That's just the stuff people found. His brother Roberto admitted they burned approximately $1 billion just to keep warm while hiding. Not metaphorically, actual cash, in a fireplace. Because when you're on the run and it's cold, you burn your billions, as one does. Government seized properties and assets worth billions. Hacienda Nápoles, his famous private zoo, was turned into a theme park. The hippos escaped into the wild and have been breeding freely in Colombian rivers ever since. Pablo Escobar's hippos are now an ecological crisis. That man is still causing problems from the grave. And then there's the uncomfortable truth. A massive chunk was laundered through legitimate businesses, real estate, and banking systems. The money didn't disappear, it just put on a suit. So of the estimated $30 billion, some was seized, some was buried and never recovered, some got literally burned, and the rest quietly slipped into the global financial system and became someone else's legitimate money. He died on a rooftop. The money lives in a penthouse. If you learned something, or you're just mildly disturbed, drop a like, subscribe to Vantage, and comment what you think happened to the rest of the billions. See you in the next one.